Okay, so hello student. As you all know that we were reading history, medieval Europe, rise and spread of Christianity, and we have completed ancient Roman Empire, and we were going to start from the Roman Empire. Okay, now so the Roman Empire include the territories of almost the whole of England, France, and southern Europe. In addition to this, the northern stretch of Africa and Egypt was under their control. Therefore, the Romans commanded the trade and controlled the traffic of Mediterranean Sea. It was a great source of wealth for them and enabled the rulers to spread the life in luxury. The Roman Emperor monarchy was established in Rome by Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was a mighty director and he established the Roman Empire. After the assassinate sorry after the assassination of Julius Caesar, power fell under the control of his grand nephew Octavian or Augustus Caesar. Octavian ruled for 44 years from 37 BC to AD 8. Under the title of Augustus, he was an ancient ruler and his reason was one of peace, known as Pax Romana in history. Now we are going to read Decline of Roman Empire. Most of the successors of August were insufficient except for a few. Maybe you would be understand successor you understand. Okay, so expect for a few, such as Marcus Aurelius, AD 161 to 180, Diocletian, and Constantine. Constantine was the first Roman emperor to embrace Christianity. It was Constantine who founded the city of Constantinople in the year AD 330. The city becomes the new capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, also called the Byzantine Empire. Emperor Emperor Constantine renamed the ancient Greek city of Byzantine as Constantinople. The empire had beautiful churches. The most famous was the Church of Saint Sophia in Constantinople. Constantinople was the largest city of Europe. Decline of the ancient Roman Empire. Now, this is the part that now we are going to read the decline of the ancient Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire lasted for about 1600 years. The repetitive attacks from the barbarian tribes and the slave rebellions weakened the empire. The army was losing its strength. and the empire became weak. Finally, the Roman Empire came to an end in the 5th century AD. In BC 73, about 70,000 Slavs under Spartacus rebelled. Rebelled, you would be knowing, rebelled. And the highly trained Roman army spent more than a year to bring peace. Constant rebellions naturally drained the resources of the royal coffers. The final blow to the Roman Empire came when Rome was invaded by German tribes from the north by the Goths, Franks, Visigoths, and Vandals. Finally, in AD 476, the Vandal overthrew the emperor and took possession of the western part of the empire, mean western part of Europe. Now, impact on Europe. The Roman Empire in the West collapsed as a result of the barbarian invasions, but the East continued for about a thousand years as the Eastern Roman Empire of Byzantine Empire. The Turks conquered this part of the Roman Empire in AD 453 and renamed Constantinople as Istanbul. Now, what is the name of Istanbul? We are listening. The fall of Constantinople, Charlemagne encouraged the growth of small states. About AD 800, King Charlemagne founded an empire in modern France and Germany. The empire disintegrated after his death by AD 1000. A new empire called the Holy Roman Empire was established in Germany and Austria. Soon, many kingdoms, big and small, emerged in other parts of West Europe during the medieval period. Now, emergence of Turks and Crusades and the Crusades. Now, Christianity was gradually accepted by the Roman emperors and later by the chiefs of the other European kingdoms. The church became a is powerful institution, and the Pope became the head of the Christian world in West Europe. His seat of authority was in Rome. The Pope had supreme authority in medieval Europe and could command kings to obey his order. The conquest of Byzantine Empire by the Turks had great consequences. The Pope wanted to recover the territory of the Holy Roman Empire by the Turks. The king of European countries supported the Pope and sent their vassals, vassals mean feudal lords, with armies to help the Pope recover the territory. The feudal lords were actually very powerful landlords. Land was their source of power. They were military governors, and the feudal system allowed them to have an army. The wars against the Turks were called holy wars or crusades. The European failed to recover the territory, however, due to the crusades. They came into contact with Arab traders. The rich feudal lords became increasingly interested in buying luxurious items coming from the East Asia, primarily India and China, that were sold by Arab merchants. Very soon, a group of middle class men, the merchant of Europe, started buying goods from Arab merchants and sold them in the feudal lords. In the course of time, the merchant became extremely wealthy and the lord wasted their wealth due to their extravagance. Extravagance means uh, spending more and more money. Okay, this was the major reason for the downfall of the feudal lords. Now, impact of monasteries. Monasteries. The churches and monasteries of Europe made a number of contributions in society. They served as monasteries where the missionaries wrote copies of the Bible. When by writing with the hand, that is called that manuscript. You would be knowing, okay, manuscript, okay. Since there was no printing faculty, sorry, no one printing facility, these handwritten Bible were in use. The churches also become centers of education. The language of learning was Latin, and the subject taught were grammar, logic, arithmetic, and theology. Later, many universities, such as in Paris, Bologna, Italy, now it is Italy, previous it was Bologna, and Oxford and Cambridge in England were started by the churches. Churches are the best specimen of medieval European architecture. The earlier churches followed the Roman style with spacious central halls, round arcs, and row of columns. From the 12th century AD, a new style called Gothic architecture was developed in France. The building had lanced arcs and pointed tips. The walls had windows. The the window panes were of stained glass and added to the beauty of the structure. So now the story is over. Now we will take quick review what we have learned or studied till now. That one characteristic of the medieval period in India and Europe was the system of land grants. Second one, The other dominant characteristics of society in medieval Europe was the advent of Christianity. The founder of Christianity was a Jew named Jesus Christ who was born at Bethlehem near Jerusalem. Third, the holy book of the Christian is the Bible, which means the book. The Bible has two parts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Fourth, Christian become popular in his community. Sorry, Christ become popular in his community at the age of about 30. Christ Christ's popularity created enemies among the rich and influential people in Philistine. Now, this is number fifth. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six. Sorry, this is number six. Okay, Good Friday is the day on which Jesus was crucified. Jesus were crucified on Good Friday. The Roman Emperor Constantine embraced Christianity and made it the official religion of the emperor. Monarchy was established in Rome by Julius Caesar. Okay, now next, the attacks, repetitive attacks from the barbarian tribes and the slave rebellions weakened the emperors. Now, next, having lasted for about 1600 years, the Roman Empire came to an end in the 5th century AD. The churches and monarch sorry the churches and the monasteries of Europe made many important contributions to society. So, the chapter which we were reading, Medieval Europe, Rise and Spread of Christianity, has finished now here. Now, this is my humble request from you all that when if you are watching this video, please do comment that what I should add in this and what I should remove. Thank you very much. Thank you.